You're watching the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. First, the headlines. His Highness Sayyid As'ad bin Tariq Al Said patronizes the closing ceremony of the 8th annual Al-Bashayer festival for Arabian camel races in the Wilaya of Adam. And Hamas releases 3 detainees in exchange for Israel releasing 369 Palestinian prisoners and detainees as part of the ceasefire agreement in Gaza. Welcome to our news centre. Those were the headlines, and now for the news in detail. His Majesty Sultan Haytham bin Tariq sent a cable of greetings to His Excellency President Dr. Gitanas Nausėda of the Republic of Lithuania on the occasion of his country's National Day. Activities of the 8th Al-Bashayer annual festival for Arabian camel racing were concluded today at Al-Bashayer camel racetrack in the Wilaya of Adam in Al-Dakhiliya Governorate. The closing ceremony was presided over by His Highness Sayyid As'ad bin Tariq Al Said, Deputy Prime Minister for International Relations and Cooperation Affairs and personal representative of His Majesty the Sultan. More details are in the following report.
The 8th edition of the Al-Bashayer Annual Festival for Arabian Camel Racing concluded at Al-Bashayer Camel Racetrack in the Wilaya of Adam in the Al-Dakhiliya Governorate. The festival's final day was a vibrant showcase of Omani heritage and sportsmanship, featuring captivating camel races and performances of traditional Omani singing arts, adding a cultural dimension to the event.
This year the festival featured over 5,300 camels from Oman, United Arab Emirates, Qatar, Saudi Arabia and Kuwait, strengthening the competition and unity among the Gulf Cooperation Council, the GCC country. The festival spanned 6 days with 84 races held in the morning and evening session. Additionally, 15 trophies being awarded, 4 of them were awarded to an institution and 11 for individual participant. This festival has offered 20 cars as additional prizes, making the competition more exciting and rewarding.
The first round was dedicated to the Al-Thanaya Camels core category. After an intense competition, the Camel Hamlula, owned by the Presidential Camels Corps of the United Arab Emirates and guided by trainer Sultan bin Mohammed Al-Wahibi, claimed victory, securing the Al-Thanaya Institutions Cup. In the general category of the Al-Thanaya camels, the race was fiercely contested, with elite camels vying for the title. Ultimately, it was Hadba, owned by Mana bin Ali bin Hamad Al-Shamsi, that surged ahead to win the Al-Thanaya General Cup. The third round featured the Al-Hul Camels General category, where the camel Al-Anud, owned by Ali bin Khalifa Al-Rumaythi, delivered an exceptional performance to claim the Al-Bashayer Silver Sword. The grand finale of the festival was reserved for the Al-Hul Camels core category, where the competition reached its peak. In a thrilling race to the finish, the camel Al-Fayda, owned by the Presidential Camels Corps of the United Arab Emirates and trained by Mohammed bin Atiq bin Zaytoun al-Meheri, emerged victorious, securing the prestigious Al-Bashayer Golden Sword. The festival concluded with an award ceremony, where the champions were honored for their remarkable performances, emphasizing the importance of preserving and promoting this heritage sport for future generations. Al-Bashayer Annual Festival has brought together competition and cultural heritage. With thrilling races and unforgettable moments, the festival reaffirms its position as a premier event for Arab camel racing. Reporting from Al-Bashayer Camel Racetrack in the Wilaya of Adam, this is Salih Bukhalfan Al-Rahbi, Al-Dakhiliya Governorate.
Thank you, Saleh, and congratulations to the winners. Internationally, the Palestinian resistance handed over 3 Israeli prisoners to the Red Cross crews as part of the first phase of the ceasefire agreement in Gaza. The Palestinian resistance added that the 3 who were released are part of an agreement in exchange for 369 Palestinian prisoners and detainees. Earlier, the Palestinian resistance announced the postponement of the release of prisoners until Israel abides by the terms of the agreement that stipulates the entry of aid and relief materials into the Gaza Strip. Footage showed the arrival of a bus carrying Palestinian prisoners and detainees to Ramallah. 15 Palestinians were injured in an attack carried out by settlers on the village of Al-Minya, east of Beit Laham in the West Bank. The Palestinian news agency reported that a large group of settlers attacked citizens in several areas of the village of Al-Minya, resulting in injury of 15 Palestinians. Meanwhile, the occupation forces sent more military reinforcements to the city of Tulkarm and its 2 camps, coinciding with the continuation of the Israeli aggression on the region. The displacement of the residents of Nur Shams camp from their homes continues, forcing them to leave their homes to join thousands of displaced people from Tulkarm camp who were forced to leave their place during the past few days. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky ramped up his desire for a more muscular and mighty Europe as he addressed the Munich Security Conference today. While the bloc, along with the United States, has been one of Kiev's strongest backers, pockets of political disagreement in EU over its approach to Moscow and economic realities, including a national debate. Levels of have crimped defense spending, or national debt levels have defense spending have frozen to greater support. Zelensky alluded to a phone conversation between Trump and Russian President Vladimir Putin this week, after which he said he and Putin would likely meet soon to negotiate a peace deal over Ukraine, breaking with Biden's administration harder line against Moscow over Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine in 2022. Trump later assured Zelensky that he too would have a seat at the table to end the war. Russia claimed yesterday that its forces had taken control of 6 more settlements in Ukraine's Donetsk region, while Ukraine on the same day reported repelling multiple Russian attacks along the front lines. The Russian Ministry of Defense said over the past weeks its forces had captured 6 settlements in Donetsk and launched strikes targeting key energy infrastructure supporting Ukraine's military-industrial sector, along with other infrastructure including ammunition and fuel depots and military airports. In addition, the Russian forces intercepted multiple Ukrainian rockets, aerial bombs and hundreds of drones, the ministry said. Still to come in our news bulletin. The initiative to teach the renowned art of pottery to the youth is launched in the wilaya of Bahla. Welcome back. The Development Bank has signed key agreements to finance fisheries, tourism and entrepreneurship projects, including eco-lodges and aquaculture farms, and a luxury resort, reinforcing Musandam's role in sustainable economic growth. More details coming up in the following report.
The Oman Development Bank has signed 2 agreements and 2 memorandums of cooperation to finance key projects in fisheries, tourism and entrepreneurship, including the launch of the Economic Horticulture Initiative to support local businesses. The first memorandum signed with the Office of the Governor of Musandam funds eco-lodges in farms, enhancing sustainable tourism. The second, in collaboration with the Oman Chamber of Commerce and the Musandam Global Investment Company, focuses on supporting medium enterprises in tourism, agriculture, fisheries and logistics. The bank also signed a 4 million Omani Rial agreement to establish a marine aquaculture farm in Gaza port, producing 7,000 metric tons of fish annually to boost food security and exports. Another 5 million Omani Rials agreement funds a luxury resort in Gaza featuring 32 private villas and a wellness club, aligning with Musandam's tourism growth. His Excellency Sayyid Ibrahim Al-Bashayer, Governor of Musandam, praised the bank's role in economic diversification, while His Excellency Mahmoud Al-Awaini, Chairman of the bank, reaffirmed its commitment to empowering local enterprises and sustainable growth. These initiatives are set to transform Musandam into a hub for ecotourism, aquaculture and entrepreneurship. Abdullah bin Ahmed Al-Rubi'i, Sultanate of Oman Television, Muscat.
Thank you, Abdullah. The total electricity production of the Sultanate of Oman increased by 7.5% until the end of last November, reaching 45,388 gigawatts per hour. Preliminary statistics issued by the National Center for Statistics and Information showed that the governorates of North and South Al-Batina and Al-Bashayer recorded a total production of 28,270 gigawatts per hour, an increase of 6.2%, while the total production in the governorate of Muscat decreased by 6.7% to reach about 512 gigawatts per hour. The governorate of Dhofar recorded an increase in the electricity production by 11.5% to reach about 5,262 gigawatts per hour. The Musandam Governor's Office organised a meeting on sustainable luxury tourism. Local officials in Musandam Governorate and international experts in the field of tourism took part in the meeting to discuss ways to promote this sector and develop it in a sustainable manner. The meeting also reviewed environmental challenges such as waste management and red tide phenomena. The meeting discussed community engagement programs to actively involve members of the community in the tourism sector. At the end of the meeting, proposals were made to encourage luxury tourism while maintaining natural and local elements to achieve steady growth in this sector. An Omani pottery craftsman from the Wilaya of Bahla launched a heritage preservation initiative to pass his knowledge of the craft to the generations to follow. The Pottery Education Initiative seeks to engage many Omani men and women in learning this craft. The initiative aims to attract at least 1,000 eager Omanis from all over the country to start their own business in their local hometowns. These young people have crafted wonderful pieces of art which attracted visitors and tourists who came to appreciate their work and see the art of pottery. Coinciding with the 2025 Al-Tahaim winter season, a traditional weapons shooting competition was held at the shooting range in the Wilaya of Ja'lan Bani Bu Hassan. The competition attracted shooters from the Sultanate of Oman and abroad who came to show their marksmanship. The competition included categories: one for the general public, which marksmen under the age of 60 participated, and other category for the seniors. This is the Sultanate of Oman television. Before we end tonight's news bulletin, here are the main points once again. His Highness Sayyid As'ad bin Tariq Al Saeed patronizes the closing ceremony of the 8th annual Al-Bashayer Festival for Arabian camel races in the Wilaya of Adam. And Hamas releases 3 detainees in exchange for Israel releasing 369 Palestinian prisoners and detainees as part of the ceasefire agreement in Gaza. With that, we do come to the end of tonight's news bulletin. From all of us here in the newsroom and the studios, it is good night, stay safe, and have a productive week.